Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Chhoda and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. I appreciate you being a viewer. I appreciate you being a subscriber. As you know, the Ignition Time channel is about the country, it's about the economy, and it's about your money. I'll give you the latest information about what the unemployment benefit provisions are in the new stimulus bill that is expected to pass both the House and the Senate today and expected to be signed into law by the President. This bill is almost 6,000 pages long, and we'll provide you with a link in the description section below to this bill. Let's just jump right in. Everybody who's eligible for unemployment benefits will receive an extra 11 weeks. I want our viewers and subscribers to know that this includes state unemployment benefits as well as individuals receiving the PUA program. As you know, the PUA program is for self-employed workers, gig workers, part-time workers. So the pandemic unemployment, the PUA program, and in fact the PEUC program, the 13-week extension was scheduled to end in the end of December. In fact, at the end of this week. So here's how it's going to work. Most states, as you probably know, pay benefits for 26 weeks, although there are some states like the state of Florida who pay benefits for a significantly shorter period of time. Now, what the CARES Act had done through the PEUC program was add an extra 13 weeks of extensions to unemployment benefits. Now, with this latest package, there would be an additional 11 weeks. Yes, there would be an additional 11 weeks that would be added, bringing the total extension all the way up to 24 weeks. So the PEUC program, which was an extra 13 weeks, now becomes an extra 24 weeks as per this program. So this, keep in mind, would apply for anybody, for people receiving either state unemployment benefits or PUA benefits. Now, one interesting thing, and I'm sure our viewers and subscribers know this, you cannot get both the state unemployment benefits as well as the PUA benefits. You can get one or the other. You essentially can't get both. What this bill has done is introduce a provision for individuals who essentially were on low state unemployment benefits but who had some unemployment income to get some extra money weekly. I'll be getting to that in just a second. So keep in mind, the one thing I want our viewers to know is that during periods of high unemployment, a state can offer its own extended benefits program. Now, extended benefits program usually lasts for half the duration of state unemployment benefits. So for example, let's say your state offers 26 weeks. During a period of high unemployment, your state may offer an additional 13 weeks. So you will have to talk to your state. As far as the extra $300 a week is concerned, this is a $300 a week federal booster on top of state unemployment benefits. And keep in mind that this is the PEUC program, which was an extra 13 weeks, is now extended by an additional 11 weeks. But now you get, on top of that, you get the PUC benefit, which is the $300 a week booster. So keep in mind that it was originally $600 a week. It ended at the end of July with the CARES Act. But this payment now, which by the way follows the Lost Wages Assistance Program, is going to last for the next 11 weeks. Essentially, it's going to last from the end of December through the middle of March. That's the extra $300 a week. So keep in mind that there are additional federal benefits of $100 a week to individuals who want at least $5,000 a year in self-employment income. Now, this is interesting because individuals, who would be disqualified from receiving the more generous PUA program, and they collect state unemployment benefits because they have W-2 wages. So keep in mind that the way state unemployment benefits are calculated, they're calculated based on W-2 wages. The state really doesn't care about your 1099 income. So there would be an additional benefit of $100 a week to individuals who want at least $5,000 a year in self-employment income. Again, they're disqualified from receiving the more generous PUA program. Keep in mind, you can either get state benefits or PUA benefits. You cannot get both. You're either eligible for one or the other. So this is interesting. Individuals in the film industry, for example, let's say you're working in a restaurant and you get your W-2 wages from the restaurant, but you also, you moonlight as an actor or something. So if you have some freelance jobs in the movies, for example, but you're taking a lower paying job in a restaurant, for example, you would have a small W-2 wage, but you could have a larger 1099. So these individuals qualify for the state level benefits, which are lower based on the restaurant work. So the $100 weekly payment would be on top of the $300 weekly booster and would also end on the 14th of March. And so this will begin after your state reaches an agreement with the Labor Department. So you will have to contact your states. Now, if your benefits have already run out, it is predicted that you will have to, wait a couple of weeks. So I think the best thing to do would be to check your state's website for further instructions about what you have to do to qualify for the extra 11 weeks. In some cases, it may be automatic. So it's quite possible the state could reinstate them automatically. So according to Michelle Evermore, who's a senior policy analyst for social insurance at the National Employment Law Project, Michelle says you may have to wait through part of January to get access to benefits that stopped at the end of December. If Congress passes relief, it has historically been structured so that your benefits are restored beginning the date of reenactment, beginning the date of enactment, which is expected to be today or tomorrow, depending on when the bill is signed into law. So there, according to Michelle, there should not be a gap in your eligibility if that happens, just a gap in when you get paid. So there could be a gap, but then you should get that money once the benefits start flowing. Now this is also an interesting new provision in the with the new act. There are hundreds of thousands of individuals who've been asked to pay back overpayments specifically for the PUA program, and I did cover this in another video. There were administrative errors that occurred because the system tried to push out money quickly to people. There was a lot of fraud also. So federal guidance actually changed 3 times. Yes, 3 times for the PUA program, and there were a lot of mistakes made by the state. So some people were overpaid thousands, and in some cases tens of thousands of dollars. The problem now is that even when the state is at fault for overpayment, the recipient is still generally responsible. And the states often, what they do is they collect what's owed by automatically withholding a portion of a person's benefit. So this latest legislation actually attempts to fix that by giving states some discretion, not a whole lot, but some discretion to waive the overpayments when honest mistakes have been made by the filers. In other words, when there hasn't been fraud, and when it would be painful for the claimant to repay benefits. So this is something that is in the act. Now, what is interesting, I want our viewers and subscribers to know, is that again there are 11 weeks of extended benefits. In fact, let me give you an idea of how important this whole situation is. On your screen right now, you'll see the jobless claims hitting the highest level since September. Yes, the highest level since September. You see the light blue portion that corresponds to the PUA program and the dark blue portion that corresponds to the state unemployment assistance program. And you'll see that in the past couple of weeks, the weeks for which we have data, you'll see that the state portion and the PUA portion went up. In other words, more people are filing for unemployment benefits in the last couple of weeks. So this is not a good trend. This shows that unemployment benefit claims are actually rising at this moment as we speak. So again, there's a 11-week extension, and the original bipartisan framework, just so that our viewers and subscribers know, was at 16 weeks, not 11 weeks. So there are more than 20 million individuals collecting unemployment benefits. This $300 boost, federal booster, is available to all workers collecting unemployment benefits, just like the $600 a week booster earlier this year. So this again would be a subsidy on top of what states pay out each week, and it's available from the 16th of December through the 14th of March. The PUA and the PEUC both have been extended, and the PUA is for self-employed workers, gig workers, part-time workers, and those who are ineligible for state unemployment benefits. And the PEUC program pays extra weeks of benefits to individuals through the federal government to states that have exhausted to individuals that have exhausted their state benefits. So this legislation would extend those programs by 11 weeks all the way through to mid-March. This would allow individuals to collect a maximum of 50 weeks. 50 weeks, well over a year, everybody, in unemployment benefits. So that is pretty interesting. Now, keep in mind, both programs, the PUA program and the PEUC program, were scheduled to expire this weekend. There is likely to be, like I mentioned earlier, you saw Michelle Evermore's comments, that there is likely to be a short gap in benefits for many of the 14 million individuals who are actually receiving unemployment benefits. And individuals receiving benefits through the programs as of the 14th of March could continue receiving benefits up until the 5th of April, as long as they have not yet hit the 50-week maximum. Keep in mind, there is a 50-week maximum. Like I mentioned earlier, there is a $100 boost for the self-employed. So a mixed earner is someone who gets both a W-2 wage as well as 1099 income, which is self-employment income. They'll be eligible for $100 a week additional on top of the $300 a week booster, and that will last until March 14. This $100 a week supplement would be available to individuals who make at least $5,000 a year in self-employment income, but are disqualified from the PUA because they receive state unemployment insurance. Now, state unemployment insurance pays out at a lower level because it is wage dependent, and a lot of states calculate benefits differently. So you will have to talk to your individual state. Now, as far as overpayments are concerned, like I mentioned earlier, This is a silver lining here, if you will. This relief package offers discretion to the states. It offers, what is essentially some relief, if you will, for self-employed workers who have been asked to repay PUA payments they've received in error during the spring. And like I mentioned earlier, some payments could be thousands, some payment could be tens of thousands of dollars, and workers have, spent those funds. You need the money to put food on the table, to pay rent, to be able to keep the lights on. So the CARES Act did not include a way to waive unemployment, to waive the overpayments of the PUA program, but the states can now dismiss overpayments. Okay, if the individual was not at fault. In other words, if there was no intentional error from your side, and repaying these funds would cause financial hardship. So this means that states can waive PUA overpayments, which is going to be a relief to individuals who have received letters from states saying, "Hey, you need to pay back PUA funds." So you will have to talk to your state about that. And the bill offers the same overpayment provisions, if you will, as a lost wages assistance program that offer $300 a week. Now, here's something interesting. There are some new documentation requirements, everybody, for PUA recipients. After the 31st of January, new applicants must substantiate self-employment within 21 days. So they have to substantiate it. That deadline can be extended for individuals who show good cause. Individuals already receiving PUA benefits as of Jan 31st must provide such documentation within 90 days. So this is super important. States also have to put procedures in place to verify the identity of program applicants. California had to do that, and California actually had to shut down their system for some time. So states have been combating a significant amount of fraud that was associated with the PUA program. That's all the latest information, everybody, as far as unemployment benefit provisions in the latest stimulus bill are concerned. That's it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda with Ignition Time. I really appreciate you watching. If you don't know anything about me, please check out my video. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. That's 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. So please make sure you click like, you subscribe, you enable notifications. I would really appreciate that. Ignite the subscribe button, ignite that notification button, because the name of our channel is Ignition Time. I would really appreciate it if you take the time to do that. Now, keep in mind, the Ignition Time channel is about important matters pertaining to the country, important matters that in turn affect the economy, and by extension, matters that affect your money. We focus on the country, the economy, and the money. For me, it's not important whether you're pro-Trump or anti-Trump, you're pro-Biden or anti-Biden. For me, it's not about the red or the blue, it's about the red, white, and blue. We are not Democrats, we are not Republicans, we are Americans first, and that is the philosophy of our channel. I want you to know that you're greatly appreciated. If you want to get on our SMS alerts list, you can do so. You'll get breaking news and alerts. You'll get important information that will help you make more money, save more money, and invest money successfully. We'll notify you if we ever release any coaching programs. And if you want, you can opt out of the SMSs at any point in time that you want. To get on our SMS list, simply get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or the word time, either ignition or time, because the name of our channel is Ignition Time, and send that text message to 70,000. That's 70000. You'll get added to our SMS alerts list going forward. Now, if you want, you can also get added to our email list. Our email list, to get added to our email list, simply go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts. And at any point in time, you can opt out of the emails pretty much anytime you want. So no worries about that. Now, you can also follow us on Instagram. We release exclusive news and content specifically for our Instagram community. Simply follow us at ignition_time. That is our Instagram handle. So follow us on Instagram. Also, you can follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is also ignition_time, so make sure to follow us on Twitter. One of the things that I am personally very proud of is our community. Our community is very intelligent, it's bipartisan, it's respectful. We engage in healthy, respectful debates. So please feel free to comment below and engage in a healthy, respectful, fun debate with other members of our community. You might even make some new friends. We'll always include the link to all of our resources in the description section below. Again, you'll always find that so you can dig deeper into any of the content. Finally, please click like, Please subscribe, please enable notifications. That really, really, really helps out the YouTube algorithm, and that is your vote of confidence in us for all the effort that goes into these videos. All the effort that we put into the creation of the content, the professional video production quality, and the release of these videos in a consistent manner to give you the latest news, to give you news you can depend on. My philosophy is to share the truth with you wherever it might lead us. And also, all I ask is you please share this video with two friends, just two friends or family members. In fact, just click the share button below and share this video with two friends or family members. That would mean a lot to us. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.